So Jon Favreau is the only person who can probably bring back Star Wars. He was one that helped with the Mandalorian, and yes, he also made the Jungle Book remake and some other movies as well. But he talks about keeping the core Star Wars fans while reaching out to new ones. That is what they should have done. It's Star Wars. For example, there are many series that got rebooted from the 90s and 80s around the same time as Star Wars. They got new movies. Jumanji, for example, only had one movie. There was that second movie, but nobody watched that one. You know, it was kind of like it wasn't even called Jumanji. It was just like some stupid, random stuff that nobody wanted. But Jumanji got rebooted. It kept the old people fans around, but got new fans. For example, Creed, the Rocky successor, basically kept all the old fans around. Basically, a passing of the torch movie, the first one, and basically all of the new fans who liked the Creed movies got introduced to the old movies. It was a win-win situation for both franchises, essentially. But again, Kevin Kennedy didn't do that way. See, basically ruined Star Wars. Jon Favreau talked about, we already went over that. Jon Favreau has talked to Deadline about the success of Star Wars and the Mandalorian, and he offered up a bit of information about the plot process, which made actually brought back fan goodwill. Well, it's very simple. We went back to things that inspired the original Star Wars and get to smaller scale to tell simple stories. Because the power when you go to see Star Wars, for now, it is its whole history. Because the stories have been told for decades, it was nice with a new medium. Be able to have a new set of characters and introduce a new audience. Yes, the Mandalorian didn't really have much of the original trilogy, with the exception of Baby Yoda. But again, everybody liked it. I haven't seen it because I'm not getting Disney Plus. I'm not wasting my money on Disney Plus. But again, basically what Star Wars should have done. For example, it's something I've learned from Marvel and working with Kevin Feige. It's always want to keep your core fans in mind, but keeping what has been written for the torch for many, many years is old stories about young people and new audiences. There are myths, and they always want to have an outstretched hand to people who might not have the background. That's why the MCU has been so successful. Because you have many people who like very different genres watching the MCU. Okay, they want to see how those characters will have gone and future stories. Of course, you can consider that Disney will probably, will wokeify the MCU. There'll probably be a woke era of MCU that will fail, which is probably Phase 4, Phase 5. But then they'll probably get back to their senses and probably by Phase 6 and realize that, hey, let's just bring back Iron Man, let's just bring back Hulk. It doesn't have to be Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man. But it could be, let's bring back Iron Man, let's bring back the Hulk, let's bring back Captain America, the characters that we all love, and make more movies about them. Because I think probably by Phase 6, Robert Downey Jr. will be way past his acting age. They'll have to find someone else for Iron Man, and they'll probably find someone else. Of course, it won't be as great as Robert Downey Jr., but they'll find someone. Or Captain America as well, and Hulk, and Black Widow, and Hawkeye, the characters that people all like. And probably, do actors like Black Panther and other characters like Ant-Man and, yes, Doctor Strange. And, yeah, that's going to probably be how it is. And Lucasfilm needs to understand that IP has kept the fans going for 40 years. Killing the past public characters don't go always too well. Like, for example, Endgame, they did pretty well. Yes, they killed off Iron Man and they killed off Captain America. But again, their character arcs were already complete by the end of Endgame. And it makes sense that they're going to be passing down the torch of Captain America. At the end of Endgame, they passed down the torch from Captain America to his sidekick, the Falcon. Basically, because he was his sidekick, and now, since Captain America is dead, Falcon can become Captain America. Which I think was a good choice. Because he always was the sidekick of Captain America. It makes sense. It's kind of like, he was passing the torch down to someone else because he can't do it anymore. Because he lived the life he already wanted to live, so he just basically is the retired person now. And yeah, that's basically what you should continue doing to a fan base. Okay, not destroying them, not attacking the fans, which is what companies have been and directors have been doing for a while. Attacking the fans, calling them racist, sexist, and all these words, calling them, Orange Man supporters, saying, oh, this can't get the wokeness, they have to pander to Twitter. And Jon Favreau says, instead of pandering towards Twitter, let's keep the new old fans of Star Wars. Let's make everybody happy and make a Star Wars series that everybody can enjoy. Okay? For example, I don't think Phase 4 and Phase 5 are going to be as remembered as great as Phase 1 through 3. They're going to kind of be like the boring phases until they, find a new person for like Iron Man. Someone else takes like the probably away in a way like, oh, this guy finds out that Iron Man, or just reboot the whole MCU as a whole, and Phase 5 be like, the world, just be like this doesn't exist. And yeah, that like kind of like reboot the whole thing at Phase 6. It'll kind of be like a soft reboot, not a full out reboot. Like bring back all the old characters, kind of like how DC does with Batman every once in a while, every like decade. It kind of makes sense, but again, that's like 10 years from now. Okay, Phase 4 and Phase 5 will already be done. Phase 4 will probably be done by 2023 if the virus continues, and Phase 5 will probably be done by 2026. And yes, Phase 6 will probably stop by 2026. Probably after all this work. And probably I bet by then all the woke stuff will be gone. So that's basically it. Goodbye.